When I was 17, I was forced to turn down an Ivy League education because they wanted me to go $300,000 into student loan debt. But I was able to take that same Ivy League acceptance letter and turn it into a full tuition scholarship at a state school near me. So I want to teach you guys the same strategy that I used to negotiate with the colleges so that you can turn an Ivy League acceptance into a free college tuition. When I was 17, it was my dream to be a physicist, and in fact, I had just completed a really prestigious physics internship at Brookhaven National Lab, where I had met the head of the physics department at Cornell, who wrote me a personal letter of recommendation to help me get into Cornell. And when I did get in, it was a dream come true. That was my top choice school, and I really wanted to go there, but there was a huge problem. See, when my family and I went to the financial aid office at Cornell, we found out that we were going to be given no financial aid at all. My parents were both business owners, so on paper, it looked like we made a lot of money, but in reality, we really didn't make that much money at all. We couldn't afford any of the tuition they wanted us to pay. And the only way I was going to be able to go to a school like Cornell would be to take out $300,000 in student loan debt. And in fact, this repeated itself at all the other colleges that I had gotten into. So what I did, instead of just bowing out and taking $300,000 in student loan debt, was to take my Ivy League acceptance letters, and I actually went to Stony Brook University, which was the flagship state school in New York where I lived at the time. And I went to the financial aid office there, and I told them, look, I will commit to your school on the spot if you agree to raise my financial aid offer. And in fact, they did. They were able to cover full tuition for 4 years to go there, and they gave me room and board. So I had a free ride to go to Stony Brook, and I had a great education and a great time there. And when people saw that I was able to do that, first off, it was unheard of for someone from my high school to turn down Ivies in the first place, let alone to turn that into a full ride at another school. People wanted me to coach their kids. So I actually spent, many years while I was in college and then after the fact coaching generations of these kids to get into Ivy League schools, first off, using the same tactics that I did, and then to turn those acceptance letters in some cases into full rides at other universities. And that's what gave birth to the entire advising program I have now. That's what gave birth to the Ivy League roadmap, because I realized that I was using strategies and tactics that were really effective, but they were nothing like what anybody else was preaching. So I figured it was a good idea to share them with the world. And now I'm sharing it with you. So please know, if you do get into an Ivy League school, if you find that you really can't afford it, you have another way. You can take that same Ivy League acceptance and turn it into a full ride at a state school. And if you want to learn everything you have to do to get into an Ivy League school, go ahead and check out some of the other videos on my channel.